So I just experienced one of the top moments in all Star Wars Legends. Yes, that's debatable, but it's something that I've been told, and I have to say, experiencing it, I do agree. And what I'm talking about, it's the big reveal, that big moment, that big plot twist towards the end of the game of who Revan is. And this game has been out for a long time. This is the first time that I've played through it. And I've wanted to share my perspective on this because I am an individual who played this already knowing that big reveal, that big plot twist. So sharing my perspective and experience coming from that point of view. I played this game with a lot of anticipation while I was playing it. Yes, I'm kind of that individual of living in the moment and enjoying what's in front of us and that sort of thing. But I couldn't help that even though I was enjoying the game, I started getting to know these characters that are around this individual that you're playing as, and I do have my favorites and the dialogue, and you're really playing an epic story, and the characters are amazing. They're super cool. But I was playing this. My point is that while I was enjoying this, there was still that anticipation in the back of my mind, or the feeling of like, okay, when's this gonna happen? And I knew in the beginning it couldn't have happened then and there, but I was wondering, okay, is this gonna happen way at the end? Is that how the game finishes, or is it in the middle of the game? But when it happened, I thought it was placed perfectly. That big reveal. I'm glad, and I'm curious now because I just played that part recently and have a lot of feelings, a lot of thoughts about that. But I'm glad it was placed there because now I'm curious as far as playing this character with him already having that knowledge of who his true identity is or who he was. And there's so many, I'll remember, but there's some strong dialogue there. There's some amazing storytelling in this game. You're pretty much playing a movie. That's how I see it. You're playing a movie, and that's the scope of it, I would say, as far as a storytelling perspective. This game is big. It's big. I think it's an important part of expanded universe of Legends. Once again, I'm not done with it. I'm almost done with it, but yeah, the dialogue is what I thought it was really interesting. Of course, him feeling and being shocked at what's being told to him by Malik, by Bastila, and at that moment they're not fighting, they're pausing. They've paused and they're having this amazing dialogue, this conversation, and revealing this, and Bastila backs it up, and she admits that yes, what Malik is saying is true. And as you can imagine, if you haven't played it, his reaction, Revan's reaction, who you are, because you get to name your character, is kind of no, that sort of thing, kind of like Luke's reaction when, even it's completely unrelated, obviously, but Luke's reaction to Darth Vader, and Revan's reaction, obviously he didn't have that exact same reaction, but that kind of disbelief is what I'm saying. Disbelief. And what I loved was these characters that we love because we're surrounded by them, his friends, their perspective, their reaction to that, and how I love what Zalbar says, or what he growls, and it's on subtitle. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was pretty much I don't remember. In the next video that I'm gonna post about Knights of the Republic, I'll try to mention that. But it was beautiful. It was beautiful how about the life debt, and how he's with Revan, because of who he is, not who he was. And I thought that was beautiful. That was a beautiful moment. Obviously, playing the game, it hits differently than me saying it, but there's some characters that have a hard time. One especially has a hard time, has suspicions, rightfully so, but then they start analyzing this whole situation since they've been together, that Revan's helped them out, or the individual who was Revan has helped them out and has proven himself to be loyal to them. So while they're conversating, they're pretty much opening each other's eyes and helping each other accept this, because it is a shocker. Loved it. And I definitely, one thing I wanted to add was what inspired me. I think I mentioned this before I made a video right before I was going to play it, about what inspired me to play this game. And it was a curiosity about Revan. I thought, wait a second, as a Star Wars Expanded Universe fan, I don't know anything about Revan. I haven't played Knights of the Old Republic. I thought I owed it to myself to do this, because I have the novel in ELC and in the other format, the smaller format, the mass market paperback, and I have 2 copies, and I haven't read it. It's been waiting. So I knew I had to play this game before I read that novel. And I'm excited to read a novel. I want to know more about this character. This story has drawn me more into wanting to find out more about Revan overall. So super excited to read the novel. I once again agree that this is definitely one of the top moments in all Star Wars Legends Expanded Universe history. I really feel that. I really agree with that. If you're an individual who played this without knowing that big reveal, I envy you in a good way, in a positive way. Nothing could have topped that. That's like watching Empire Strikes Back without knowing what relation Darth Vader has with Luke. And that big reveal in Empire Strikes Back, it hits. And seeing somebody for the first time watching Empire and going through these films up to that point and realizing this or hearing that is amazing. So that's what I'm saying. It kind of goes hand in hand with that type of experience. So if you haven't played Knights of the Old Republic, I highly recommend it. You enjoy Star Wars the way you enjoy it. Nothing's mandatory. It's just recommendations, suggestions. But definitely I'm happy that I finally got to this part that I've been anticipating for quite a while since I started the game. And yeah, look forward to and curious to where the game takes me now. I'm as far as I understand, I'm almost done. And I'm on Korriban right now. And gonna do some side quests as well. And this is a conversation I had with a friend recently, that this is definitely like watching a movie over again. And what I mean by that is I do watch the movies every so often. I enjoy them, the six movies. George Lucas era is what I'm talking about. And this is a game I'll play throughout. Every couple of years I'll play it, because I know I'll enjoy it. And I'm one of those individuals who loves watching movies over and over again. This is like playing a movie, and I'm not exaggerating. So very cool experience. I'm glad finally that I made it to this part. It hasn't been easy. Believe me, it hasn't been easy. And I'll make another video where I'll discuss it further. But just wanted to share my perspective on that big reveal, that big moment in Knights of the Old Republic.